Dear students, in this video, we are about to discuss the basics of Python programming. This is part of Module 1. I have shared the required material in your GCR. Kindly verify those materials. Okay, so we have to begin with the basics of Python. Okay, this is very important programming platform, programming language where we are able to address various kind of societal impact problems as well as the different scientific projects we are able to explore. Okay, so let us begin with this introduction where software program, which is computers or basically a hardware components. In order to make them intelligent, we are in need of a set of instructions. Those instructions are basically termed as the software program. Then why programming? The programming is more about problem solving skills than writing the code itself, so we are in need of programming. Then programming languages are basically for communicating the instruction to the machine. Okay, in order to communicate the instructions to the machine from the human, we are in need of these programming languages. Okay, then Python. Okay, so especially this particular language, Python, is high-level general-purpose programming language for solving problems on modern computer system. It is basically high-level language. We have studied about some language classification is low-level language and as well as the high-level language and also the machine-level language, right? So here the Python is a high-level programs. It is especially for programming and solving the modern computer systems or solving various scientific problems. Okay, why Python? In the sense, why we are supposed to study Python? In the sense, we must learn. It is basically a general purpose programming language. It has safe semantics and also it is simple conventional syntax, and it has independent. It is basically a platform independent one, and it is highly scalable, highly interactive, open source technology. It is free, so we can get it from net as well as guide programming support it has. Along with that, it is an integrated and interpreted language. So we are supposed to learn this Python programming. So it is created by a person called Guido von Rossum during the period of 1989. Okay, so for Python development, we have various IDEs, specifically Jupyter Notebook, Spider IDE, and PyCharm are the most appreciable development or IDE, developing environment or an IDE. So in this specifically, this Jupyter Notebook you will be using in your lab classes. Okay, then various other IDLE also available. Okay, you can directly script the code. Okay, by in the form of shell prompt. We have shown this prompt as a shell prompt. You must gain an experience in shell prompting too. Okay, but in case of your lab classes, you will be exploring the program with your Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so we have to explore this shell programming too. Okay, then let us begin with a simple example of the Python. Okay, so here print function. In order to print anything, you are supposed to use print function. Okay, so here it is in this example in the script. How we can write this is print within square, within double quotes. We have to give the content which we want to print, so that, and then while after execution you will be getting the result as such highlighted in blue color. Okay, so this is a simple display function for displaying the data. Okay, then input, processing, and output. We should learn what is input, what is process happens in between, and what would be the output. Okay, so display the data in with the single space. In the sense, you can give as such like here. Okay, print hello world, then comma. You can simply comma separated those contents with for single page. So print function basically leaves new line character to stop a new line character. Okay, so that you can use an attribute end. In order to end the process, you have to use a character called what, end. Okay, you have to use a key term called end. Okay, so in order to stop the new line character, you can use this end attribute. Okay, so this is what denoted in this example. Okay, then the next one is some of the exercises. You can try these exercises once after verifying the contents of all the Python components in the upcoming slides. After that, you can explore this. Okay, so here we have to open a Python cell and enter the following expression and observe. Just we have to enter the expression and observe the result. So another one exercise is write a Python program that prints name, address, and also the telephone number. This is also a task, also a task to be completed after your after go through the final PPT. Okay, then dealing with the data. This is very important concept before getting into the programming environment of the Python. So in Python there is no explicit data types for sorting the data. So you can storing the data. No explicit data types for storing the data, but we can store the data using variable name alone. Okay, simply we can store the data in the variable name alone. This variable name must start with alphabet or underscores. It may contain numbers and special symbols, and variable should not contain any operators or keywords. So in this example, it is explicitly given as a equal to 10, b equal to 20, where the value 10 will be stored in the variable a, 20 will be stored in the variable b. Similarly, Sony, Apple, as well as the float value 10.34, all will be stored in the variable name itself as given here. Okay, so there is no separate data type for storing the data in Python. Okay, so getting input, this is very important one. Getting input in the sense we are supposed to read the input from the keyboard through a cell programming concept means you are supposed to use the syntax as variable identifier equal to input of string prompt. Okay, you are supposed to read the values for the variable by using the method or the function called input. Okay, so getting input by using the input function. By using the input function, we are able to read the input. Okay, so here that is what here given in this example, name equal to input, and within bracket whatever the comment you want to give, you can give it. Okay, then conversion functions. So in terms of Python, we have to convert some of the user input using the to some sort of numerical values. Okay, so representing to some value of numerical representations. So for that conversion, the strings can be converted to an integer value as well as the float value. Okay, so for that you are supposed to explicitly use a method called that is a data type name to which it is to be converted, and within bracket that particular attribute should be specified. Then int of a, then int of b, float of a, float of b, as like that. Okay, so here a equal to int input of the entire number means it will this is one type of conversion. This is another one way of getting the data itself as an integer. Okay, so here it is mentioned as a equal to int of input, enter the number. Okay, so that automatically the data whatever we are reading will be will be saved in the form of integer. Okay, so this is what conversion function. Okay, just in summary, we have seen some of the functions so far related to this conversion too. So basic Python functions for input output is as denoted here. So function float of within bracket we have to specify a string of digits as especially this particular float method will converts a string of digits to the floating point value. Okay, it converts the string of digits to the floating point value. So that likewise the rest of the other conversions also happens for integer, which converts a string of digits to an integer value input. So this displays the string prompt and waits for keyboard input and returns the string of characters entered by the user. And the next one is print within bracket. We can specify the expressions as given here. So these expressions are evaluated and display, and this particular function function will display the result. Okay, display the result one by one in the console window. Okay, that is what the different one. Then similarly, we can do a function like string1 plus string2, which glues the two strings together and returns the result. It combines two strings together and returns the result. Returns the result as given in this table. So these are the simple summary of the functions. Okay, so behind the sentences, how Python works. Generally, the Python works as shown in this diagram. Okay, so first one is the Python code is fed to the syntax checker and translator. Okay, so that if any syntax error occurs, then it will be notified, or otherwise the corrected code or the correct code of the first itself converted as a byte code. Okay, so then again here we are giving the user input, then the bytecode is given as a also given as a in the form of for inputs, so that Python virtual machine will be there to identify various other errors, and by reading the inputs and also mapping the inputs to the respective code. Then based on that, the Python virtual machine will give you the respective outputs, program outputs it will give. Okay, so that you are initially you are having the Python code there, the syntax checker and translator will check the error in the code. Then if the error is rectified, then it is converted to the bytecode. Then along with the bytecode, some user input is being given to the virtual Python virtual machine. So that particular virtual machine will run the virtual machine will execute the program and give you the respective output. Okay, so this is what the idea behind the Python programming. Okay, then detecting and correcting syntax errors. So we have seen that the errors, syntax error messages, another one is any other error messages. So basically the syntax error detection and correction is very, very important. So how we can do it is, you can see with this example, we have a variable called radius, which is equal to int input of enter the radius. So that means we are reading the radius. So it is given here as 10. Okay, so print of radius. Okay, so that here we are printing, trying to print the radius value, but we have given the variable name as a wrong one. Okay, so instead of giving radius, we have given as a radi. Okay, so that we are getting an error as name error where radi is not defined, because we haven't defined the variable radi. So instead we have defined radius only, but here in coding we have committed mistake. Instead of giving radius, it is simply given as radi, so that it is coming to the concept, it is coming to the error. Okay, so detecting and correcting syntax error is very important steps in terms of your Python programming. Okay, then so this is another one examples where we have seen the correction of this detection and correction of this syntax errors. Okay, so these are the some of the exercises. Once you have completed the full PPT, then you can go through these exercises and try to explore and submit the answers in GCR. Okay, then this is another one exercise. Then we will slowly getting into the concept of formatted output. Okay, so Python includes general formatting mechanism. Through that, we can specify the field widths for different types of data. Okay, so we have format string, that is percentage for field width, as well as then format character. Okay, so we can specify the width, the field width also, and we can have the format character also part of this. So format characters here we will be actually it is represented as percentage S for string, percentage D for integer, and percentage F for float. So here we can see this example, field width can be a positive and right alignment, or it can be a negative. If it is negative, then it is would be a left alignment. So likewise, we can have the field width too. So look at this example. So in this example, it is given clearly given that What's that? Name equal to David, age equal to 10, CGPA equal to 8.0. So in order to print the name, we are supposed to use the format specifier, which is as percentage as. Then it is in order to print the integer value, you can use percentage D. In order to print the float value, attribute with the float value, you can use percentage F. Okay. So likewise, the format specifier will supports us to print get the output on at different formats. Okay, output side different formats, so that it is very much helpful for data formatting. Okay, then this is another one example. You can try these exercises after go through understanding the concept of previous slide. So you have given a variable amount which refers to 23.325. What the write the outputs of the following sentences. You are supposed to write the output of the sentences given here. So you please explore this experiment and then submit the answer in GCR. Okay. Then escape sequences. So like we have studied in C programming, here also we have some set of escape sequences. Slash B means backspace, then slash N means new line, slash T is horizontal tab, slash is the character, slash single quotation mark, another one is the double quotation mark. This is the way we are supposed to represent the escape sequences. Okay, then this is an outline of the string concatenation. So since you are undergoing the labs here well in advance, so I'm giving you the outline of these important concepts now. Then the rest of the contents will be discussed elaborately as like this. So string concatenation, where we can join two or more strings to form a new string using the concatenation operator plus. Okay, so that here in this example it is given as A equal to welcome to, B equal to Python. So that message equal to A plus B, it will give you the combined result. That is what the string concatenation. Okay, so I repeat the strings in here we are even we can specify this concatenation or as well as the repetition with the help of star 2. Okay, so here hello star 2, in the sense the word hello is printed twice. Hello star 5 means the word hello is printed 5 times. Okay, so this is a simple example. Okay, then comments and document strings. So here we have single line comments as well as the double line comment. So single line comment is a hash symbol, multi-line comment is the 3 double quotes. Okay, so we have to give the double quotes 3 times for denoting the multi-line comment. Single line comment is hash and multi-line comment is what? Double quote, triple quotes. It means 3 quotes. Okay, then function to check the type. In order to check the type, we have to use a function called type. So here we have in this example, we have a variable called letter. It is assigned as capital A. Again, letter. Next one is we are checking the type, where it is given as type of letter. In the sense, it is that letter's type is a string. Here it is given as a string character, right? It is a string, so that it is returning the value as class str. That means string. Okay, so likewise we can understand the type. Okay, then expressions. So these expressions provide a simple way to perform operations on the data. Okay, so that it is when we entered in the Python shell prompt, these expressions operands are evaluated. Operator is then applied to these values to compute the value of the expression. Basically, okay, operands are evaluated and its operator is then applied to those values in order to compute the value of the expressions. Okay, so that is what the expressions. Then in expressions, we have different types as arithmetic expressions. So arithmetic expressions consist of all kind of arithmetic operators as denoted here as negation, exponentiation, so double single star means multiplication, then division, quotient, remainder or modulus, then addition as well as the subtraction. Addition as well as the subtraction. These are the some of the arithmetic expressions given here. here. Okay, then this is another example for with some additional operators. So here we have the rules for using these operators. That is this close bracket. Another one is unary minus, then star. Another one is plus comma minus. Okay, so here star slash double slash division, all those things will come. So operations of equal precedence are left associative, so they are basically evaluated from left to right. So here it is exponentiation and assignment operations are right associative basically. So consecutive instances of these are evaluated from right to left. So in the whatever the operator is given here, it is evaluated from right to left only. Okay, so this is what the arithmetic expressions are. Then operator precedence from highest to lowest. So exponentiation has the highest precedence, so that it is at the top of the table. Then arithmetic negation. Then likewise, while coming down, the highest that precedence gets reduced. So topmost one, the one is the one which is about to gain the what's that gain about to gain the knowledge about this operator and its respective symbol. Okay, so next one is operators and its associativity. Like our previous session, this operators and its symbol is very simple, very easy. Similarly, we can try with the operators and associativity. The associativity can be either left to right, or it can be the right to left. Okay, so these are the associativity components. Okay, operators, then associativity as given like this. Then comparison operators. We have lot of operators we have seen so far. So here we are seeing an operators that is equivalent to equal and also not equal, then greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, then less than or equal to, as such. Okay, so logical operators in Python also, like we have studied in C programming, here we have and, or, as well as the not operators. Okay, so and operator returns true if both the statements are true, or operator returns true if one of the statement is true, then not reverse the result, returns false if the result is obviously true. Okay, then Python identity operators. So in this identity operators are used to compare the object. So if they are object, either they both are equal, or they are actually the same object with the same memory location. Okay, so this is the identity operators. So here in terms of your Python identity operators, we have two important operators. One is, another one is not. So is means it returns true if both the variables are the same object. Right? Is not returns true if both the variables are not the same object, not the same object. So that is what the case in terms of your Python identity operators, is and is a. Okay, then next one is and is not. So next one is augmented assignment. So basically we can have an expression like x equal to x plus 1 or x equal to x plus 2 occurs. So frequently in loops that Python includes abbreviated form of the abbreviated forms for them. So the assignment symbol can be combined with the arithmetic and concatenation operators to provide augmented assignment operations. So we can get the augmented assignment operation with the help of this augmented assignment operators. Okay, so here in this example it is given as a equal to 7 is equal to high. Similarly, a plus equal to 3 means the explanation for this is a plus equal to 3 means a equal to a plus 3. Okay, similarly a equal to a minus 3. So based on this particular representation, this augmented assignment operator works. Okay, so we can move to the next one. So you can see the result. You try and check the result for this particular expression: 3 plus 4 star 2 and 2 double star 5. So how you are supposed to proceed? You are supposed to proceed based on the priority. Okay, so we have seen here some of the identity operators, as well as we have seen the ranking, right? So we have seen the ranking, which has the highest priority, and which has the and what its associativity as that as like that we have studied in this. So highest precedences for bracket and double star. So this particular operator represent have the second rank, and its associativity is right to left. Okay, so this is an exponentiation has the second priority, bracket has the function bracket has the first priority. So likewise the associativity also varies for each and every operator. So by with the knowledge of highest precedence and associativity, we are able to solve the equations or the statements whatever given here. Okay, so that is what the what the way to find the solution. You try the solution. Okay, then mixed mode arithmetic and type conversions. So but usually the calculation involves both the integer as well as the floating point numbers. Okay, so that it is considered called as an mixed mode arithmetic. Okay, so that here you can see the example for this mixed mode arithmetic as 3.14 into 3 and exponent of 2. 3.14 is kind of what's that float value, and also it is combined or augmented with some integer values as well as the exponent values. So in a binary operation on operands of different numerical types, the less general type is temporarily and automatically converted to more general type. Okay, so before the operation is performed, this conversion is taking place. So in the example expression, the value 9 is converted to 9.0 before the multiplication. Okay, so this is what the mixed mode arithmetic type conversion. Okay, then the next one is the respective functions. So the conversion functions involves integer conversion, then float conversion, as well as the string conversion. So integer conversion where the number or the string is given there, then the respective number or the string is converted to an integer. Okay, so that we will be getting a return value as 3. Then float, we have given the float value as 20 with some digits as 22.0. Then for string, it is given within a single quotes as a string. Okay, that these are the conversion functions: int, float, string. So given input is converted to the respective value as integer or float, or it is an string value. Okay, so to round a float value, in order to round any float value, you can use a function called round off. Okay, so round off has a float to the nearest integer, so it will round off to 10.45 means it is it is round down to 10. Okay, so similarly built-in functions and modules in case of your Python, in order to work out with the various mathematical computations, we have to import the math module. Okay, so how will you import the math module? Means import math which will import the math module. So from this math module, we can invoke the function pi, square root, power, all these things. Okay, so pi, square root, as well as the power of these things can be imported. We invoked from this module called math module. Okay, then generating random numbers using random module. So here, in order to generate the random numbers, we have to use a function called rand int. That is random integer we have to generate. So rand integer of start comma end, which is an inbuilt function of the random module in the Python 3 to generate random numbers within the specified range. So this start and end range, both of them must be an integer type values. Okay, so start and end range must be, both of them must be an integer type values. So we have to specify, we can generate the random numbers within a range as specified here. So 1 comma 50 means 1 is starting value and 50 is the end value. So likewise we have to generate the random module. Okay, so we